Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through how you can 100% complete the winter season of Series 36, which is the third season of Series 36, which doesn't have any new cars but has a couple of cool returning cars. And I'll show you how you can complete all the challenges easily, quickly and with the best methods, and also the best cars to complete all the races with tunes provided as usual. So don't forget to check the description for any other info regarding what I'm going to talk about, or tune codes, or just anything, and also the timestamps which will be in the description, so you can go back and recap on anything that you might have not quite understood, or you might want to just skip to that bit if you're looking for a particular thing in this video. So the prizes for this week: for 50% you'll get yourself a Horizon Backstage pass, which you can spend on a lovely Hoonigan RS200, which thankfully won last week's vote, 51% to 49, so only just. Whoever voted for that Ford F-150 might need to go back to school. So yeah, basically the Hoonigan RS200 is now in the Backstage, so you can go and grab that because you may need it for the PR stunts this week, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. And then for 80% you can get yourself a Ford GT70. We've had many of them released now. I've never driven one of them, but feel free. It's a cool car, I guess. And you'll also probably be able to get yourself across 80% for the Nissan Pulsar. That's 80% of the whole series. If you've completed the majority of summer or autumn, you should be able to get yourself across 80% for the Nissan Pulsar. It'll also help if you complete monthly rivals, if you haven't already, which is basically to post a clean lap in the Mazda Cosmo, which we got last week. So unfortunately you cannot get it now because the season changed at 3:30, but you can drive it still in the monthly rivals, and you'll be able to find a couple of them on the auction house hopefully. So basically all you need to do is post a clean lap, so that means no hitting anything, no missing checkpoints and no rewinding. If it has an exclamation mark next to it, then that means it will not count. You do not have to beat your rival, you do not have to set a fast time. All you have to do is post a clean lap to complete it here. Regarding the online adventure, which will also help, another 15% available for online adventure, as well as the 6 for monthly rivals. You just need to either qualify for ranked adventure if you haven't already, and to do that you just need to go in the quick play adventure and play racing or games. Racing's quicker, but it depends how much time you have. Then just play them over and over again until you get tier 3. It will help if you win, but obviously it depends on the team you've got. If you've got a crap team, then you're probably not going to win, and I do believe that the ranking system's a bit bugged at the moment, but all you need to do is reach tier 3, and then it'll qualify you for ranked adventure. If you do already have ranked adventure unlocked, you do not need to do that again. This is just for people that don't have it unlocked yet. Then you just need to do one ranked adventure championship. Again, you don't have to win, and then that will mark it done in the festival playlist. So these two here, the monthly rise and online adventure, apply to all 4 seasons. So say you complete it in summer, you'll start from 21% each season if you've completed both. If you do it, say winter, then it'll add any percentage you've missed on to summer and autumn. So if you didn't quite get 80%, then do not worry. As long as you complete these in any of the 4 seasons, it'll add any other percentage on, because they are like an every season kind of thing, if you get what I mean. So for the Forzathon shop, Backstage vote and Super 7 reward, you can check the pinned comment before. I'll try my best to do it as quick as I can, but sometimes I get carried away doing other stuff and I forget, but I'll try my best to remember. It is quite interesting actually, so be sure to check that out. For the photo challenge, hashtag Scotland the Brave, you need to take a photo of your car with the Scott Monument in Edinburgh. So that can be any car, so whatever car you're in basically. If you're in a car you've been using for a championship, if you're in the car that you were in yesterday, if you're in the car that you're using for the stunts, just take it over to Edinburgh, which is of course at the top of the map, and go to the Scott Monument. Now there is a beauty spot for this, if I just put beauty spots on, wherever that is, here. So it's basically like, it shows it on the thumbnail of the photo challenge, but it's like this tower thing. It's like, well, it's a monument, If you can enter the beauty spot if you want to tell you which one it is. All you need to do is get that and any car of your choice in, and then that will do that for you. Right, if I just get rid of that now. So that is the photo challenge. Should be fairly simple, as always. Gets you a super wheel spin and 3%. So the other rewards for this week are, for the trial you get a Hoonigan Focus, not particularly rare car, but I guess it's fun. For the games you get a Ford XB Falcon, again not a very rare car, but it's quite nice I guess. For the 3 stunts you'll get a super wheel spin as every week. For Tour de Force you'll get yourself a Pontiac Trans Am for 1973, quite a nice car actually for B-class muscles and that. For Into the Wild, you get yourself Ken Block's wife's Hoonigan Bronco, which is the 2nd time I believe that we've had this, or the 3rd. Very, very nice car, very cool car. And then for Small Wonders, you'll get yourself a VW Gia, however you pronounce it. Again, I don't particularly find that car very interesting, but it is nice to add to your collection. So for the weekly Forzathon challenge, which is called Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, or red crap, yellow crap, you'll get 100 Forzathon points, or you get 200 if you want a Lake Lodge house, which I highly recommend that you do get, because you get double Forzathon points in everything. It helps you if there's any cars you want in the Forzathon shop. So basically, I uploaded the video last night. It is a re-upload from when we had it in January, so we're in January at some point. We had a Forzathon for the start of Series 31 Summer, and this Forzathon is normally in the backup playlist, so when you haven't updated the game you usually get this Forzathon. So my game for some reason hadn't updated, or it hadn't like shown the correct Forzathon, so I made a video on it and then it turned out that it was the wrong one, so then I had to do another video, but because I uploaded it I didn't remove it, so I've just re-uploaded that. So it is really long, and I do quite a bit of waffling and my voice sounds really weird because it's been 5 months since then. But yeah, if you want to check that out, I'll put a link to it in the end screen of this video. But you can ask me any questions in any of the comment sections, either on this one or that one, because it might be a bit confusing the way I explain it, because I have got better since then. For any daily Forzathon challenges, they release every day at 3:30pm GMT. You get 72 hours to complete them. They are fairly simple, but if you do need any help then let me know. Now let's move on to the 3 stunts. So for the rail yard ramp, well, last time we had this in winter of whenever it was, Series 32 or whatever, I had to make a well, I didn't have to, but I made a separate video on it showing some cheaper and better cars to do for it, because it is a bit annoying, and it can be a bit difficult, as well as the map tour one, which we had last week, but when we had that in winter I made a video on it as well. So I'll put a link to that in the end screen, providing that I remember. Hopefully I will, so you can see other cars to use for that. I'll be using one of the cars I used in that video. Then for the speed zone, I've heard it's also a bit annoying, but hopefully we'll be able to do it. And then the speed trap's the easiest one, so we're going to be starting with the speed trap. So it is here. I think it's one of the first you unlock actually when you start playing the game. So you need 195 mile an hour for Hythe House speed trap, which is 20 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective, but because we've had it that many times now, they start increasing the challenges for it. So my PB, as you can see, is 281 mile an hour basically, so it's not particularly hard, but obviously in winter you got to be careful of this corner. Depending on which way you go there's a corner, but I prefer this way. So I'm going to be using the Mosler. The share code for the tunes in the description as always, so it should be fairly easy. This thing doesn't have snow tyres on it, but it usually does alright, so we'll go with it. So because it accelerates really quickly and it handles well, I'm not taking a particularly big run up. As you can see, it's sliding a bit through there. That shows that it doesn't have snow tyres on it. But we should be alright. Come on. Oh, of course. I think it triggered then as well. Oh, it did. Typical! Hashtag typical Forza. Very funny. Right, that would have done it. So if I rewind now, then that might do it. I apologise for the incompetence of this game. there you go, 197. So I didn't take a particularly big run up, and because the car hasn't got snow tyres, it does slide a little bit. But if you're just careful on the throttle, you'll easily get round there. If you want to download a tune which doesn't have, which does have snow tyres on it, then do feel free, as it might help you out a bit. But this one should be alright, I think. Right, let's move on to the speed zone then. So here it is. It can be a bit annoying, I've heard. I haven't tried it myself. So you need 140 mile an hour. So that's 5 mile an hour, one usual 3-star objective, but of course it's in winter. My PB is really low because I don't do this one often, and that was in the Bugatti Chiron, so yeah. So you can go from both sides, but this way you can use the bridge, I think, to help you round. So I'm going to start from this junction here. And I'm going to use the Mosler again, just because it's really fast and has good acceleration. And again, snow tyres will help, so if you want to buy the Hoonigan RS200 from the Backstage once you've got 50%, then that'll probably do better, because obviously it's a rally car and it's also really fast. So either of my tunes for that, S2 or X-Class, will do you alright, I think. But we'll see how the Mosler does first. I'm hoping it'll be alright, but who knows. So if you want to take a bigger run up, then you can, like this dude's doing. I'm not really quite sure why he's doing it, why he's doing it in a Jeep, but let's go. So I'm going to use the bridge, like I mentioned. So if you do this, make sure you don't miss the bridge like I've just done, because I'm a bit of a fool. Oh, it failed. Okay, Forza, fair enough, fair play. Right, so you cut this bit here, I believe. Right, then you use the bridge, then you just got to try to maintain your speed. Try not to go sideways. Again, snow tyres would help, but I haven't got the time to create separate tunes for everything. Right, we need to up our game a bit. So yeah, this one does look like it might be a bit annoying actually, but we'll see how things go. Oh, I missed it. I think we might need to rewind a bit more. If it takes me absolutely forever to do this, I'm not going to show the whole thing. I just kind of want to... We might need to shift down a bit more. Oh, you got to be kidding me. So, turns out that Forza's awkward. So yeah, the Hoonigan RS200 might be a bit better for this, or this tune with snow tyres on it. If I try it again though, cut through here, we might be able to get it with the speed on the final straight. If we give it a go. Yeah, so basically do what I did. I'm not going to show it again because it's just going to take up time on the video, but do what I did. So come this way, if I show you on the map. Right, so maybe start from this corner here, come along here, and when you get to about where this guy is, then you want to cut and slam into the bridge. If you, I'd say get in manual, because then you can shift down to third if you're on my tune, then bang it. Maybe cut this corner a bit and just try to get round. Obviously I was like 0.7 of a mile an hour off, but just try to get round without failing, like Robert explained to me before. So it might be a bit annoying, but just give it a go, and any questions just ask me. I might need to make another video regarding different cars you can use for this. Right, so really hard ramp. I could use the Mosler because obviously it's going to do better, but I'm going to use another one of the cars from my video I did on it when we last had it in winter, which is the Ford Ranger Raptor from 2019 with my S1 tune. I really love this car, and it's actually really good despite its weight. So we need 250 metres, so this is like, I think it's more than we had last time it was in winter. So you start from back here where this triangle is, but basically I think we should be alright. I'm not sure how well it cleared it last time, but if it doesn't clear it, then I'll have to review that car list from that video and see. So it would be easier to use the Mosler, but I'm just going to do this because this one actually has snow tyres, so it's going to set off better, and it's got better stability on the off-road. Right, so here it is here, look, my S1, really fast, almost got the maximum amount of power it can have with the Racing V8, which is the car we've got in the Mosler as well. Absolutely amazing car, absolutely love it. Not the most stable, because it doesn't have much handling on it. So when you're doing races and that, the Trailcat and the Ram Rebel are better, but it's really, really good. And feel free to download my design as well. It took me quite a while, especially to make the flag and that. So I believe from when I was doing my video, I started from back here, especially for some of the cars that weren't as fast. So basically, you just got to try and keep up your speed. That is the key. And you might need to rewind if you hit poles and stuff. Here you want to be in the air for as little time as possible. So hopefully that'll be enough. So 250. We got 231. Right, I'm just going to give it one more go and then we'll move on. Like I said, because this is more than last time, I might have to review the car list from that video, and I might have to update it a bit. But hopefully this will work, he says. Right, let's give it one more go. I'll go up this hill, get a bit of momentum. Right, I can't see how I'm meant to be going. Right, okay, so try not to hit all these walls, because these are obviously slowing me now. Okay. So the key is keeping the speed up, like I said earlier. So that was probably too long in the air, in my opinion. Right, I hit that pole then. I remember when I did do the video on it, it boinged me off in one of them, so I put a really funny sound effect on. Right, we are going 7 miles an hour faster. There we go, 250.03. So with the right run up and a slight bit of luck, you will get it done in the Ford Ranger Raptor, which isn't maxed out by the way, it's only S1, so really good there. So pretty happy I did that, to be honest, just to prove my point. So yeah, basically, I'll put the link to the video regarding the different cars you can use for that in the description, and I'll also review it if some of them turn out not to be able to do it anymore. But we'll see how it goes. And then for the speed zone as well, I might make another video or just kind of help people out when they ask, if you get what I mean. Right, so let's move on to the championships then. So as usual, I'll suggest some of the best cars you can use for the championships, and I've selected 2 or 3 that I think will do the best. Pop the share codes for the tunes by me in the description. I think they're all by me, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So we'll start with the trial, as I usually do. So the trial is obviously a co-op one, so you're in a team with either randoms, or if you're in a convoy with people in your convoy, against unbeatable Drivatars, which are usually really slow or really fast, because they just are. So you need an A-class car from the United States or America, and it's on cross-country. So I think I know what car I'll be using. I don't know about you. So country, and then we go to A-class, and then we need to go back to the States. So the car I shall be using, I'll show in a minute. So the Jeep Wrangler, not the Jeep Wrangler, the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, which was added recently, is a really good tune. Last time we had A-class off-road, I think it was, yeah. It did really, really well. I honestly can't believe how well it did, to be honest, because it was a bit insane. So I would highly suggest that you use this. It seems more OP than I realised. But other cars you can use, you've got the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. That one's not bad. Not the best, but also not bad. You've got the Ford Bronco. That's a bit of a random tune I did once. The GMC Vandura, the Underdog, only 25,000. Really, really good there. Really good fun. You got Roshan's tune on the Jeep Gladiator, which in my opinion is better on dirt than cross country, but still very good. The Jeep Trackhawk has been always my favourite since I made that tune ages ago. That one's a bit slow. That one, if you have car pass, isn't really very fast. Where's my thingamajig gone? The Colorado doesn't really turn because it was made for games. Ah, here it is. The Ford Raptor OP machine. If you have it, or if you don't, buy it from the auto show. 63,000. Pop this tune on it. It is OP, and you will have an amazing time with it. If you watch my online adventure live stream I did a couple of months ago, I basically used this car all stream. It was insane. And I can't stress to you how good it is, to be honest, because it is amazing. So use this, or like I said, the Gladiator. They'll be the two best ones in my opinion, but Raptor time, get in. Right, let's move to games then, which is just next to the trial. So for the games, you don't have to win, so do not quit like the morons do all the time, and please actually know what you're doing, because it's very silly when people don't know what they're meant to be doing. So it's at the quarry, and you need a B-class classic muscle, so it's going to be quite good actually. At least it's not C-class. Whatever you do, do not bring a rear-wheel drive stock muscle car unless you plan to be doing donuts the whole time. And again, because you don't have to win, you do not have to be particularly OP, but if you want to have a good time and be a bit competitive, the Chevrolet Chevelle from 67's got tons of power, very bouncy, so really good for that. The Chevrolet Corvette, more of a race build, but still really, really good. I love that car. That's not that. The Ford Mustang GT Coupe, I really like that one as well, very fast and powerful. The Ford Falcon, this is the Falcon that you win, this is the other Falcon. There's two types. This one's really good as well. And then you've also got, wherever it is, where is it? Oh yes, the Pontiac from 73, which I think it's actually the car you win, but it's not particularly rare, like I said before, so that's really good as well. So whichever you want, because as I said, you don't have to win. Now onto the championships. So the first one is road racing, and you need an S1 modern muscle. So this will be quite good. Just make sure you're not rear wheel drive, because do remember it is winter. So as usual, I don't like rear wheel drive at the best of times, but in winter it's a good no. Right, so Cadillac ATS-V, that's quite a nice underdog car, to be honest with you. The 2009 Chevrolet Corvette has got snow tyres on it, lacks a bit on top speed, but it still goes like 190 mile an hour, so that'll be really good. What else have we got? Most of these are A-class, to be honest. The Ford GT500, that isn't like fine-tuned, that was just like a kind of put a few parts on it and there you go. That wasn't really made for anything, because I haven't really driven that car, to be honest. But if you want to use it, you can. What else have we got? Ah yes, the Vauxhall Monero. This is probably the best choice, but of course it doesn't have snow tyres, so it's not going to be the best at gripping, but it's only 25,000 credits. It's got way too much power than it should, and it's just a bit OP, to be honest with you, so I'd highly suggest you take that. But if you want pure grip, then take the 2009 Corvette, which was actually made for dirt, by the way, that's why it's got dirt tyres on it. Right, next, this is dirt racing, and it's B-class Volkswagen, so it's going to be quite good actually. I prefer A-class Volkswagen, but sure. Still really good. I'm not sure what I'm doing now, just go this way. So let's have a look then. So what have we got? There's quite a lot of cars you can take, but mine are either tuned above or they're not tuned at all. So the 2003 Golf R32 has always been my pick for B-class, like retro hot hatches or hot hatches. It's really cheap and it's got really good speed and that, so that's a really good one there. You've also got the Volkswagen Scirocco S, which I tuned last night, really cheap. It's really fast actually and really light, so that's a good one as well. I've got the Volkswagen Baja Bug from like the trial that we had, where like B-class buggies and that. Obviously not going to be as good, but it might do you alright. And then that's all I've got tuned. But again, these two will do you the best, the Scirocco and the Golf. They'll both be really fun, so I'd like to see how they compare against each other, to be honest. And then finally for the championships, wherever it is, where is it? Ah, here it is, down at the bottom. So this is cross country once again, and it's A-class extreme off-road, so at least it's actually off-road cars on off-road. It does make sense this time. Quite a good season actually, I have to admit. So A-class extreme off-road is all the way down the bottom, of course. So the Bowler will always be like the best choice. I mean, I prefer it in S1, but it's really good in A-class as well. And the Ford Ranger, it's okay actually, but it's better for circuits. The Honda Baja, I really like that car. I used it for last week's games, it was really fun. The trail cat, I have got an A-class tune for it. Obviously this is the S1 tune that I usually use because I don't really like it in A-class, but if you want to use it then feel free indeed. Top Gear Tractor, yeah, nothing much to say about that. The Toyota AT38 tipping over machine hasn't got much torque to set off, so you might lack if you have clutch on, but yeah, I'd say the Bowler's probably the best for this one, and the Honda Baja, because that's better at being off-roady. But again, any kind of fancy will do. Alright. Right, well I think that's it for today, guys, so apologies for this video being a bit longer. Obviously I did fail, well, 2 of the stunts, but one of them I managed to complete. Be sure to check the Forzathon guide and the danger sign guide, which should pop up in a few seconds on the end screen, usually 20 seconds before the end. And any questions, as always, let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to reply as soon as possible. Do just bear in mind, obviously I have to sleep and I'm quite often busy during the day, so I'll try my best to reply. If you are new around here, I'd massively appreciate it if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on to help me get to my 150 subscribers. I'm starting to plan what I'm going to do for 150 subscribers. Trust me, you are going to like it. So if you want to see it soon, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. That would massively be appreciated. So I'll see you all either in a new video regarding the PR stunts or whatever. No live stream this week, but as always, any questions just ask. So I'll see you all later, guys. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later. Bye bye.